I'll let you in a little secret. Video editing is actually not that hard, especially if you have the right software and have figured out the basic tools. But no matter what editor you use, there are a few annoying mistakes that almost everyone makes, and most of them happen right at the start of the editing process. So how to avoid these mistakes and what to do to make your project more impactful and urge viewers to watch your other videos. Hey, what's up? And for this video, I analyzed dozens of videos of novice YouTubers and highlighted 5 common mistakes that make the videos look unprofessional and amateur. Let me tell you all about them and make sure that you never make them again. One of the most important mistakes that sometimes even big creators face is the dominance of style over story. What do I mean? I'm talking about videos where the visual and the style come to the forefront and storytelling fade into the background. Sometimes editors get lost in the sauce or get too carried away with stylistic experiments, which prevents them from maintaining the integrity and consistency of the story. Such an absence of a clear structure is always perceived by the viewer as a mistake and a problem. And to avoid this, I recommend assessing the video at this stage of initial editing. When you've made a draft of the project, watch the video and note your first impressions. Does the video work without good music, cool transitions, and all sorts of effects, or is there something that takes away from the experience? If the video without all this glitter falls apart before your eyes, then you probably missed something and you need to go back a few steps. Editing and special effects won't save it in this case. This does not mean that the good sound design or, for example, color grading are not important. Of course they are, but these things should be used to take your video to the next level, make it better and more engaging. Those things shouldn't be the only thing the video is based on. In other words, always start with a story and only then add stylistic layers like music, color grading, transitions, and so on. Never rely on trendy editing and visual chaos. Always rely on the story. Only with this approach will you really get great videos. If you've been watching our videos for a while now, I bet you know about Movavi Unlimited. Movavi Unlimited is an all-in-one solution that's got everything you need. If you've been struggling with large, unwieldy footage shot on your phone, Movavi has you covered. With its easy-to-use tools, you can effortlessly convert your footage into a more manageable format and even enhance its quality by up to 8 times. Movavi Unlimited also includes a powerful photo editor that lets you get creative with video thumbnails. You can crop, resize, apply filters, and add text, stickers, and frames to your images, creating stunning visuals that will captivate your audience. So if you're tired of the struggles that come with video editing and you're looking for effortless and impressive results, I highly recommend giving Movavi Unlimited a try. And now get ready to have your mind blown, folks. Movavi's got a deal that's too good to pass up, an 80% discount on all the apps in an amazing Movavi Unlimited plan. That's right, you heard me, 80% off, so don't wait, hit the link and get yourself the ultimate video editing and production experience at a price you won't believe. Trust me, this is one offer you don't want to miss. The next mistake on the agenda is unnecessary pauses in sound or visuals. Even brief moments of silence in the audio track or gaps in the video sequence feel like mistakes or unwelcome interruptions to viewers. Sound is super important for a video to hit the mark, but sometimes, especially if you're just starting out, it's easy to not give sound the attention it deserves, leaving behind these weird silent spots that really stick out and make things confusing. A simple solution would be blending one sound clip with the next one, or fading out a clip over a couple of seconds. Another cool trick is to overlap the sounds from different scenes, so one starts right as the other stops. L and J cuts, basically. We talked about them in one of our previous videos. This keeps things moving smoothly without any awkward pauses and adds a bit of pizzazz to your video. Just make sure you're not overlapping too much, or it will turn into a jumbled mess where you can't understand a thing. However, sometimes a little silence can be a good thing, as long as you're doing it on purpose and not by accident. It's all about using it wisely and not overdoing it, as always. And don't even get me started on random pauses in the video itself, like those mysterious lag frames or that clip you forgot to trim. Even if they're just there for a blink, viewers are like, oops, someone messed up. Even if you think a random black shot looks cool or artsy, chances are viewers might just think it's a mistake. So before you say it's a wrap on your video, do yourself a favor and double check for those little forgotten bits. Trust me, your video will look and sound way better after you get rid of them. Alright, here's a classic newbie editor move. Trying to cram every single cool shot, every perfect take, and all those neat little details into the final cut. It's like, look at all this awesome stuff I got. Don't be a hoarder. If some shots or takes aren't adding anything important, chop them. Ask yourself, if I ditch this bit, will it mess the main flow of the video? If the answer is a hard no, then let it go without a second thought. And if you're in doubt or find it difficult to cut certain shots, I have a life hack just for you. Watch your video with a friend and actually sit together while you do it. It's oddly effective. Having someone else watch your stuff with you lets you see it through their eyes. You will be all, are they into this? Did they zone out there? And weirdly enough, the slightly awkward first screening of your videos can seriously help you spot the boring and uninteresting moments, find elements that need more work, or just feel the pace and whether it needs adjustments. Try it sometime. We've already talked a little bit about sound, but I can't help but remind you about the volume of the music. Pay attention to the volume of your music in your videos. If your music or sound effects are stepping all over your dialogue, it's 100% super annoying for viewers. They have to strain to catch what you're saying, and you might lose their attention right there. The perfectly picked background music can elevate your video 10 times in an instant, making it more engaging and pleasant to watch as long as it vibes well with what's going on. The main trick is to find a delicate balance between your voice, music, and any other sounds. You want to keep everything at a volume where the speech is still at the forefront, where it's the loudest thing that's happening. To avoid drowning out the dialogue, set your music track to be around -30 decibels quieter than the voice, and if you want to play it extra safe, set it to -35 decibels. Then you need to test the sound and whether you found that balance. Listen to your video on 3 or 4 different gadgets, wearing different headphones. Make sure it sounds good on all of them, even on your ancient laptop. Always ask yourself, is the dialogue clear? Is the music quiet enough to set the mood, but not loud enough to take the stage? Can you hear all the sounds and effects? Remember, people will be watching your videos on all sorts of devices, so you better plan for that from the get-go. But I saved the best for last, or should I say the worst, ignoring the needs of your audience. This is a very common thing for new YouTubers. When you're creating your video, you usually have an idea of who you're making it for, right? But what new YouTubers often forget about is that every audience has specific tastes in how a video should look and feel. It's not just about hitting the right topics they're into. You can't just ignore the audience's taste. Sure, you're feeling bold and want to let your creativity loose, go for it. Nobody's stopping you. But remember that going too wild on your video without a plan can turn a solid video into a hot mess of edits that nobody wants to sit through. Your editing style needs to vibe with your audience and its expectations. This often depends on stuff like their age, what kind of videos you're making, and the subject matter. Some folks prefer fast-paced cuts and a ton of memes flashing on screens, while others are all about that minimalistic, melancholic aesthetic. Pay attention to the editing styles that are popular in your content niche. You wouldn't want a video on the latest online game feeling like a travel video, or a deep history dive coming off like an extreme sports vlog with too much going on. Keep your viewers' preferences in mind when you are experimenting. So did you find your mistakes in this list, or on the contrary, did you realize that your videos are flawless? Anyway, I hope this video was helpful. Don't forget about that 80% discount on Movavi Unlimited. I will leave all the info in the description of the video. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.